it is acknowledged that we do indeed continue to stand on the shoulders of giants wearing high heels and lipstick.
We can all but hope that one day events such as Transgender Day of Remembrance will no longer be needed.
Bit emotional after that. It's really good. So yeah, I'm Ben. I'm going to show my short documentary film that I made, but I just wanted to say a bit about it and kind of why I made it and stuff. But yeah, so I went to all-girls secondary school for 5 years, where I came out as trans a few years into that. And I guess I don't have to explain to any people in this room why that wasn't exactly a great experience as a trans guy. But I wasn't supported by the school when I was there, for the whole time that I was there. If anything, they actively stood in the way of it and kind of made it worse. And like they wouldn't let me change my name for quite a while. And they just kind of made me feel kind of unwanted and kind of alien there, which isn't how anyone should feel in any place. But yeah, and I know this is exactly the case for so many other young trans people across the country and across everywhere really. It's not just something that applies to one school or one person or anything. And it was also whilst I was at this school that I started going to Gyro and the Action Youth YPAS in Liverpool. And I know this kind of sounds dramatic, but going there it really saved my life massively. Because they go in there to a place where they just provided such a safe space where you could just be a young person. You're not an LGBT young person, you're just a young person. Which is exactly what any LGBT young person needs, just to feel supported, and that you don't have to justify or explain yourself in any way, shape or form. But yeah, because of this experience at school and because of getting that support from Gyro, I had the confidence to kind of, after I left the school, try and do something about it, to kind of turn my negative experience into more of a positive experience. So I applied for the Stonewall Young Campaigners programme, which is like a national programme run by the charity Stonewall, where they take like 25 LGBT young people and kind of help you develop a campaign that you do for like 6 months and stuff. And I made a short documentary film that I'm going to show about what it's like for trans young people in schools. I interviewed like a number of people about it because I wanted to create something that could be used as a resource to help it not happen again. So to educate teachers and schools to hopefully improve it for other people. Because no one should have to expect that to be the case at school. So this is.
I use your pronouns. My name's JC. I identify as trans. I identify as female. I identify as non.
My name is Ash.
I went to a girls' Catholic secondary school.
I think my overall experience at school was negative because I was very repressed in myself. I never acted how I wanted, I never said what I wanted to say, and I was referred to CAMS twice during my school because I was just so miserable in myself.
I don't think my mental health would have suffered anywhere near as much. If I'd been taught properly about what it meant to be gay, bisexual, transgender, anything that wasn't heterosexual, cisgender.
I tried to commit suicide numerous times over the fact that people at school weren't, accepted, and it was horrible.
If I had never gotten onto the internet, I would just probably be a mess because I wouldn't know what trans is, and I'd just be thinking that I was wrong. Because having to look for it all myself, it is isolating, because you don't know if anyone around you is going through the same things, because no one else knows about it.
You need people there to speak to, because when there's no one there to talk to, you feel alone, and you feel like you can't do nothing.
I didn't know that it was okay to feel the way that I felt.
I think if I had known about non-binary or trans identity when I was in primary school, that I definitely would have caught on quicker. I think the only reason that it took me until year 7 or 8 to fully realise that was my identity is because I never really understood any concept of different in that way beforehand.
I think it's important that schools do make an effort to educate pupils on what it means to be transgender and what it means to be LGBT, whether that's through PSE lessons or in assemblies.
Students should be told about LGBTQ stuff when they first start doing PSHE lessons in primary school. Just a basic understanding of this is a thing, it's okay if they build more on that. So by the time you get to secondary school, you have a firm understanding of this.
If they did that to my year now, there'd be very few people who get stuff out of it because we already know they're entertaining for ourselves because no one was there. But year 7, there could be some exploration of what those identities actually mean.
I think it's definitely something that would help because people just need to understand more about what it means. It needs to be a regular thing that people are educated on LGBT identities because otherwise, what's the point?
I wasn't out as gender fluid because if I so much as mentioned something that wasn't the typical heterosexual normal things, I'd just get completely demolished.
I could not in a heartbeat.
I thought there was just sort of underlying feelings that I'd get the mickey taken out of me and people would think I was strange if I came out as transgender.
And they throw stuff at them a lot. They do everything. It's horrible.
There's been people who've said transgender is nothing, and there's been a lot of closed-minded people at school.
People don't get it, and people don't get that what they say has an effect on people. They don't see when someone goes home and cries about it, and if you told them why that's bad, they wouldn't do it. As soon as people know about it and know what it is, they start being nice.
People are aggressive or react with hate to things that they don't understand. So I think any transphobic comments at school mostly come from people who don't know what it means to be transgender.
There's been a lot of transphobic in people at our school. It kind of, as everything builds up and across the day, people are calling you girl, people are calling you women and stuff, all of the little comments just kind of build up. It's such a refreshing change when a teacher's you're troops, or they just say something that's not gender conforming. It's there's one teacher who he refuses to come into class and be hi girls, he always says hi troops or hi those sort of things so that it's inclusive to everyone. He understands that some people in his class aren't going to be cis and he respects that and says, I'm going to actively do something that will make them more comfortable. That's the type of reaction you want from teachers.
I think my high school in particular was particularly good with supporting its trans students because they listened to what we had to say. I emailed a teacher at my school and explained to him that I was transgender, and he replied very quickly, immediately calling me the name that I had requested, saying that all of my details could be changed at school regardless of whether they were legally changed. And I've never felt like I've struggled at school because I'm transgender, because school has always been so supportive of me since I've come out.
my sixth form now was amazing. Even in the reception, there's like gay flags around. Little things like that makes me so much more comfortable. It's just really nice. It's a really nice atmosphere.
When I was in high school, there wasn't an LGBT group at my school.
I went to numerous staff to talk about it and we'd go,
Maybe, and then it doesn't happen.
Because apparently there's no place in our school.
I don't think they were given any reason. It was like, we don't need that.
I just didn't want to talk about it, to be honest.
It was a space that we would have wanted when we were younger. The teachers all thought that it was a great idea, so myself and a friend set one up.
I think if there was more something in school, it would be more accessible.
I've like spoke to people in my school and been like, would you go to it or would you have gone to it and all that, and they've all been like, they've all said yeah.
So we just created a space where people could experiment without any judgment and where they could get support from other people who they could relate to.
It would help you make friends with other people in a similar situation.
It's definitely been beneficial to the pupils that go to it because one of the pupils will come in and say that they managed to pluck up the courage to tell their parents that they were gay or that they were questioning their gender.
I definitely would have felt more comfortable coming out if there was one, because there would be somewhere to go and there'd be more people like me around.
We provide a safe space and a certain kind of support that they wouldn't get anywhere else in school. I think teachers do need to be properly educated on how to support trans pupils.
Teachers not being educated on the issues definitely has an influence on their reactions.
Because just like anything else, if people aren't educated on the subject and don't understand it, they're not going to know how to react.
I did have like 3 members of staff that were really supportive of my transition. Having, those 3 members of staff, it really made a big impact.
I think it would be made fun of a lot less from both teachers and students if they were actually educated.
Teachers would definitely deal with it better if they knew about it, because
Know what to do with a student maybe thinking they're trans.
but they've never been educated on that stuff.
There are some teachers that don't know how to address trans pupils or how to support them by making it known to pupils that if they were to come out as transgender, then they would be supported.
Then trans students will know that they're safe to come out and tell people.
The policies definitely need to be updated because
Pupils went and asked for trial and they got told no.
Name changing policies only should be made easier.
our school doesn't let you change your name unless it's like legally changed.
It's so easy for them to change it and change it.
If they change the policy, it would actively affect the students at school.
They should actively involve the trans students that are outward comfortable with being involved.
Because it's affecting us.
If trans students were probably involved when schools were looking into developing their policies, instead of it just being like guesswork, the students could actively say like, this thing would really help me, that thing wouldn't, because if it's just thrown together by the board or teachers, it won't be as beneficial. They can actually make it easier for the school to develop policies.
I like going to school with everything except from the fact that I'm trans.
If the school was accepting of being trans or anything, I would say that.
But like, if I could come out during like the summer half term or whatever, and then go back to the sixth form, and then like allow me to like have my name on the register change, then obviously I'd go back there.
But they're not as well.
I'll just take it because I want to come out.
I think it definitely affected my education.
Because I'm constantly worrying.
I'd be too scared to say something, I'd be too scared to answer a question.
And I don't focus enough on learning.
I'd zone out in class, I'd never do anything properly, so
It does diminish the way trans students can learn in school and progress.
It is acknowledged that we do indeed continue to stand on the shoulders of giants wearing high heels and lipstick.
We can all but hope that one day events such as Transgender Day of Remembrance will no longer be needed.